addiction sets us up for black and white thinking. Again, I'm not going to say every single addict always is black and white thinking, because that in and of itself is black and white thinking. But by and large, 99 times out of 100, the addicts that I've worked with have struggled with black and white thinking, all or nothing thinking. And addiction sets us up for that for a lot of reasons. And I'm just going to mention one, and that is that the way addiction hijacks the brain, the frontal lobe, which is the place where we can appreciate complexity and nuance and shades of gray and color and a rich depth and do perspective taking and empathy and all that. It's largely offline. It's left out of so much of the thinking process at that point, as we're trapped in this hijacked loop of the addiction. That black and white thinking emerges within that closed loop as a way of perpetuating it, keeping it going, justifying it. Addiction sets us up for black and white thinking, but so does trauma. Trauma also sets us up for black and white thinking, because trauma primes us to be in a place of hypervigilance, a place of threat. And in threat mode, I am concerned about survival. I'm not worried about perspective taking. I'm not worried about appreciation for complexity and nuance when I'm in a hypervigilant state. I want to know if something is true, false, good, bad, right, wrong, safe, dangerous, black, white, all, nothing. That's the state I'm in. And so when a person is in betrayal trauma, they are also very likely going to understandably, and maybe even for a time necessarily, be in a place of black and white thinking. The problem here, though, is that black and white thinking is considered a cognitive distortion. So it's a thinking error, and it does not represent reality most of the time. But if I am adopting my own black and white thinking, believing that thinking to be the truth, making decisions based upon that false thinking, now I am building my life on a false reality. And as I build my life on a false reality, the gap between my subjective experience of reality and what I'm going to call capital R reality, objective reality, gets wider and wider. And as the gap between my subjective reality and objective reality widens, the number of problems I experience increase, because I'm not living in sync with real reality.